In this video, let me show you one of the biggest sports events in Europe, a Parisian tennis paradise called Roland Garros, where great athletes like Rafael Nadal and Świątek play on a magnificent clay court, Philippe Chatrier, and where tennis referees say,
"Ready? Play."
Tennis. In general, one of the most popular sports in Europe. However, every year at the turn of May and June, it becomes the most popular one and extremely popular here in Paris. May-June is when Roland Garros, also known as French Open, takes place. It is one of 4 biggest tournaments in tennis season. Those tournaments are called tennis Grand Slams or majors. 2 of them are played in Europe. Roland Garros in Paris and Wimbledon in London. The other 2 are US Open and Australian Open. French Open or Roland Garros are actually international championships of France, Internationaux de France de tennis. It all started in 1891, so over 130 years ago. The tournament was changing venues, however since 1928 it has been organized at Stade Roland Garros, a crazy big tennis complex consisting of 20 courts. Three main ones are the iconic court Philippe Chatrier with seating capacity of 15,000. It has a retractable roof. You know, it rains in Paris, not that rarely. Then there's court Suzanne Lenglen that can fit 10,000 people. And since 2024, it also has a roof. There's also a roofless court Simone Mathieu for 5,000 spectators. Those courts are named after great French tennis players from the past. To see a match on one of those courts, you need a specific ticket. They cost more than for outside courts only, but you can also check out those other 17 courts within the price of that ticket. The advantage of having a ticket for Chatrier or Lenglen is that you don't care about the weather. They have roofs, so if it rains, the matches will take place anyways, unlike on outside courts. If you are not lucky with getting tickets for main courts as the competition for them is huge every year, try a Grand Pass for those outside courts. There's nothing more thrilling than being a few meters away from players, feeling their bodies working, hearing them breathing heavily, gasping, grunting, struggling for real, sometimes even cursing in their languages. It's a really good deal for the money you pay. If it rains, go to Tenniseum or Roland Garros Boutique. You can also take a bow in front of statues of famous tennis players. The most popular one is the statue of Rafael Nadal. There's plenty amazing things to see at Roland Garros area. Don't forget to take a picture or 2 on the orange Roland Garros wall. Orange dirt. This is the court surface players compete on at French Open. It's called clay. It's an orangey kind of powder. You can buy a small jar of Roland Garros clay as a souvenir in the Roland Garros boutique.
I got a jar of dirt, I got a jar of dirt, and guess what's inside it?
French Open is basically the finale of clay season, which consists of more or less 2 months of tournaments being played on that surface. Biggest ones, apart from Roland Garros, are those in Madrid and Rome. The other main surfaces are hard courts and grass. Most players have their preferred surface that they enjoy playing on the most. Rafa Nadal. He is a Spanish tennis player who won Roland Garros 14 times. It's a record achievement, no one got more wins there. For winning the tournament, he received each time la Coupe de Mousquetaire, the Musketeer's trophy.
14 à Roland Garros, en 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020 et 2022. L'Espagnol Rafael Nadal.
That's why they put this crazy looking statue on the grounds of Roland Garros. Rafa is such an important tennis figure that when he played most probably one of his last matches in Paris, as he's getting kind of old, other great players came to the stands to watch him play. Among them were number one at that time in the world's men's tennis, Serbian Novak Djokovic, former number one, a big prospect for Spanish tennis, Carlos Alcaraz, and number one in women's tennis ranking, Iga Świątek from Poland. So after what you've seen in this video, I bet you want to go to Roland Garros. Or maybe you have already been there, or to other Grand Slam tournaments. How was it? Which players did you see? Share your story. That's it for this episode of EuroStories. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, you might want to see one more before you go. I also encourage you to check out other social channels of EuroStories. Until next one. This one is good. I promise.